Yo, I'm so excited. Yo, let's get it. Let's get it. This is super cool. Let me see how I get this together. Alrighty. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. We in this thing. So today what I really want to do is I want to go in. I want to pour into you. I want to talk to you. I want to really help you understand content with a purpose. See, a lot of times we put out content and it's no purpose. It's just putting it out. And guess what happens when you doing that? It don't do nothing. It's like, man, I put out a piece of content because somebody told me to put out a piece of content. Not you put out a piece of content to make sure to have purpose or have a bigger meaning. And if that happens, guess what? You be stagnant. You'll be stagnant. And so I want you to really understand that you have to start breaking the limitations. You have to start breaking that mindset of just putting out any type of content. And you must believe in yourself 100%. Right? If you don't believe in your product 100%, you're not going to give it your all. See, I see a lot of people, they be like, yo, I'm putting out content, but it's just not working. Or I'm putting out content, but I'm getting a little likes and views, nobody listening or nobody watching. No, put out content with a purpose. Put out content to serve and to help somebody. Put out content that's going to push it to a whole nother level. Don't just put out content to be putting out content, right? And sometimes we don't believe 100% in the product. I know it's crazy, but we don't believe 100% in the product. Because if you believe 100% in your product, guess what happens? You're going to go all in. If you believe 100%, you wouldn't play around. See, I believe 100% in my product, so I know I can't play around. I know I got to go hard. I know I got to take it to another level. I know I can't be basic with it. If you get what I'm saying, put some fire emojis in the chat. If you get what I'm saying. And the reason why I'm saying this is because it's up to you to educate your consumer. It's up to you to teach them more about your product and your service and your brand. And the easiest way to do that is content. That's the easiest vehicle. But if you're not creating content, then guess what? Nothing happening. Like, if you ain't creating content with a purpose, then nobody connecting. See, when I create content, I want people to connect. I want people to get full. I want people to be like, yo, I want to go impact the world. I want to go do something different. But you got to create content with a purpose. And you got to come strong with it. You got to really, like, your beliefs, you got to put your beliefs in the world. Like, I really believe that impactful content changes the world. I believe that. And since I believe that, I'm going to do everything in my power so you can understand that. And if you don't believe it, I'm going to break your limiting beliefs. But when I break them, I'm going to replace them with the correct beliefs so you can go out there and you can really dominate with your content. If you having problems with your content, put a 1 in the chat. If you just like, yo, man, Dontel, my content, it ain't the best that I want it to be, but I gotta fix it. I gotta do whatever I gotta do to fix it. If that's you, what I want you to do is I want you to understand that you have to fix it now, not later. You gotta fix it now. You got to do everything in your power to go and get the teachings and the education to better your content. Because I'm going to be honest with you. Content been around and it ain't going nowhere. When the pandemic happened, all it did was make content much stronger. See, it taught businesses that you can operate your business from the house. It taught businesses that when everybody in the house, they got to be online. Right? And so what that means is it means that you got to be online. But if you don't got no online presence, how can somebody find you? How can somebody get in tune with your services and the things that you offering? They can't. They can't. So what I want you to do is I want you to learn how to create content, because once you learn how to create it, you can use it in everything that you're doing. It don't just work for one business. It works for everything. Everything. Everything that you do, it's like really personal development. But if you're not doing the things that you got to do, then guess what? You're going to be stuck. you're going to hit this ceiling. And when you hit this ceiling, you're going to be like, man, I plateaued. Man, this stuff don't work, man. This and that and all of these excuses. Right? But I want you to go out and I want you to stop making excuses. I want you to go out and I want you to scale your business and grow your business. And the reason why I want you to do that is because once you do that, you can change everything, your generations, your legacy, you can build. Like I get this all the time, like, man, Dontel, I didn't know content was this deep. Yeah, it's deep. But you just being too shallow because you just looking at what everybody else is doing and you didn't realize what you need to do. And so that's why I say start creating content with a purpose. Because I didn't always create content with a purpose. I'm going to be honest. I've been shooting content for over a decade and a half. But what happens was I was just like, yo, put out good quality content. I want like, man, we got to make sure that this piece of content could stick with somebody, connect with somebody. I was just doing just like you, just putting it out randomly. And what I had to realize is in order for me to make a difference, I had to give more. I had to give more of me. I had to go deeper. I had to sacrifice more time to learn. See, a lot of times you don't want to sacrifice to learn. You want to just be like, oh, get the basic. Let me go to YouTube University or this and that. No, go deeper in your thing. Put that in your content so people understand that you're giving out value and understand that you really understand. Right? And that's why I'm like, yo, go hard. Don't play around with them. Don't half step your content. Put out content with a purpose. Like what I want you to do, if you got a purpose, put a 1 in the chat. If you got a purpose and you know your purpose. See, sometimes people can have a purpose and forget their purpose. But I want you to really understand your purpose and make sure anytime you get ungrounded or you get forgetful, you always can get back to your purpose. You always can connect back to the reason why you started. Because if you forget the reason why you started, you get lost in this universe. You get lost. And as long as you lost, you're going to hit that ceiling and you're going to be like, man, I forgot. Or you're going to start this business and start that business and start that business. And you will never stay consistent with the business. Everybody in my community, what I say is I want you to stay consistent. I want you to focus on the one person you serving, the one business you in, the one offer that you offering so you can really pour into it. Not just doing it like we pour into it. But you can't do that if you forgot your purpose, right? And sometimes life hit us and we get knocked off. And when we get knocked off, we like, oh, I got to start over again. But anytime you get knocked off balance, guess what happens? You can always remember my purpose is bow. My purpose is this. And when I'm creating content, all my content do is resonate directly from my purpose. See, if you look at my content and then go look at another content creator, you're going to be like, wow, he a little different. But my purpose is a lot different. My purpose is to help you grow and scale your business so you can build generational wealth, so you can build legacy. Because I understand that I'm the first successful person in my family. I understand that the people before me might have didn't have the same opportunity as me. And so I know with the content being the vehicle that you can grow and scale your business faster than ever, especially in this day and age. So my purpose is to help entrepreneurs like you scale. And the best way to do it is content. Like if you on here and you want to create better content, put a 1 in the chat. If you want to create better content, put a 1 in the chat. And I know you might be like, yo, Dontel, but I'm creating content and it ain't working. Because it's not impactful content. It's just content. Like impactful content versus content is two different things. See, it's a science to create impactful content. See, putting out content, you can just pull out your phone and just shoot a boring water bottle. That's content. But impactful content is content that resonates with the person it needs to resonate with. And so that means your messaging is tight. The way you delivering is tight. Your posture, you going deeper, you're connecting. You understand the psychology and the science. And you're not just showing up in one vehicle, you're showing up in multiple vehicles to push people back to the main thing. Right? And so if you somebody on here, you like, yo, Dontel, I need help with my content. It's no reason why you shouldn't be commenting the word boot camp and coming to Atlanta to my 3-day training. Like 3-day hands-on training. Like I got some dope people that's gonna teach how to sell online. If you somebody that want to learn how to sell better in your content, put fire emojis in the chat. Right? If you somebody that want to impact and serve better, put fire emojis in the chat. If you somebody that want to build out a community so you can help more people, put fire emojis in the chat, right? And so what I want you to do is really understand that it's a big thing to this. And the big thing is that it's not just one element to help you grow. And if you want to be like, man, I really, really want to learn how to get more clients, more leads. And what that means is that means you need to understand how to do one of many. That means you need to do more things to bring more people to you. Right? If you want to use TikTok, put fire emojis. Like we got so many elements. If you want to literally understand how to my volume, yeah, my volume great. My volume great. Turn your computer up if you think the volume is low. If you can't hear me back there, turn the volume up. All right. And so if you somebody that want to learn how to, create funnels because your website ain't converting like it needs to. So put fire emojis in the chat. And the reason why I'm telling you to do this is because you know you need these things. And since you know that you need these things and you're not doing what you need to do to get these things, you cheating your business. You cheating yourself. You cheating your development. Everybody that put fire emojis, it's no reason why you shouldn't be in the room February 24th to the 26th, learning how to master all of those elements so you can scale and grow your business. It don't even matter if you're not the one doing it. You need to understand it because this is the way that your business grow online, right? This is the way that you scale. Comment the word boot camp so you can go get your ticket. Comment the word boot camp so you can go get your ticket. Because there's no reason why it's a whole new year, 2023, and you still having these problems. But the blessing is once you get to understand it, you ain't going to have these problems. Every business that you have, you get to apply this to every business. But not only your business. Think about your consumers. Think about what they need. I think about problems. I'm a creative entrepreneur. That's why you see all of this gear I got on and say, I'm on the wrong side, say creative entrepreneur. I am a creative entrepreneur because I see a problem and I create a solution to solve that problem. I don't just see problems and be like, oh, you got to figure that out on your own. I'll be like, if it's in my world, I'm going to find a way to help and solve it so you can grow and scale. It's no reason why we should have limited beliefs to our growth. See, we can do any and everything we put our mind to. And the reason how I found this out is when I was 10 years old, I wanted this scooter. This scooter cost $214 at Target. You talking 10-year-old. $214 is like $1 million to me. Like, I ain't had that type of money. Like, the most I had at one time was probably like $5, $10, $20 at the max, right? And so you telling me that it was impossible for me to make $214 at the age of 10 because my mother was on dope. I didn't have a daddy because he got killed when I was 1. So I had to figure out how to do it. And so what I did was I went out and one of my friends had a lawnmower because I lived in an apartment building. And so one of my friends lived in a house and he had a lawnmower. Believe me, I never cut grass a day in my life. This was the first time. And I was just like, yo, I got to do whatever I have to do to go get what I want. And so literally that day, the first day, we went knocking on doors. People like, oh my gosh, I'm okay. I have a service or this and that. And I'm like, what to do? So I get to knocking. Most people, especially a kid, you frightened to ask somebody for something. You frightened to go knock on strangers' doors. But for some reason in me, I'm like, no, I got to do this. So I knocked on another door. And a lady named Allie, she was like, yeah, you can cut my grass. And she was like, how much? And I think I started off at $12. $12 and like 50 cents. I do $12.50 front and back. It wasn't fair to me, but it was amazing to me, right? And so what I mean is I didn't care about the money. I cared about me actually getting a yes, getting somebody to agree. So even with your business now, whatever you charge, if you get somebody to agree, then guess what? It makes you feel confident, Right. And so literally she allowed me to cut her grass, and I cut the grass, and I'm like, wow, I can do this. And so literally I went to cutting grass, and by the end of the week I had $214 and I bought that scooter. And so at that time it taught me if I want anything in this world, I got to be willing to go and get it. But not just go and get it. I got to be willing to put in the work to go and get it. See, I think a lot of entrepreneurs think that if you start a business today, you can kick your feet up and let the business run by itself. I don't think it worked like that. I don't think it worked like that. I think if you start a business today, you got to want to grow the business. You got to want to see it thriving. You got to want to be able to see other people winning and impacting, right? You got to want to, right? I'm not going to lie to you. Like, people get in business and think that this is just, oh, I got an LLC, now I'm successful. No, that ain't how it works. So if you're not putting in the work that you need to do to grow the business, you won't grow the business. So if you know that you lacking on content, if you know you lacking on your online stuff, then what that means is you need to get in the room so you can learn how to do it. I'm not saying go buy a course and be like, yo, I'm just going to go buy a course because the course is cheaper. No, get in a room so you can be around people that are on the same mission and journey as you. And the reason why is because those people can grow with you. And what I realize is by being in these rooms, that my perfect client is in the rooms. The person that needs my services is in the rooms. And the reason why they're in the rooms is because they know that it's time for them to grow. And so that means they're not scared to invest in themselves. That means that they know that they got to invest in themselves. So I might have that product that they needed as well. So that's why it's so dope for you to be in the rooms and not just get online access. Right? If you understand what I'm saying, put fire emojis in the chat. I'm one of them people. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. I am not a guru. I am not an influencer. I am not a celebrity. I am a creative entrepreneur. I am a servant leader. I am here to help. I don't care about none of that other stuff. I don't care about no titles, none of that. I care about serving and impacting. And the vehicle of choice I use is content. Because if you create a piece of content one time, that piece of content could go forever. It could go forever. See, and that's why I love it. Definitely getting in the room. I'm there. Of course, Tammy. Let's go. Right? And so that's why I think it's so powerful. But for me, I know some people like, but Dontel, I live in Chuka Choco Chinka. I don't know where that's. It don't matter where you live, where you at. You got 50-some days to go get your ticket, to go get your hotel so you can be in the room. See, I'm the type of person, I'm like, yo, I got to get in that room. Whatever it costs, I'm going to pay it. And so what I'll do is I'll think about how many clients I need to get this week to make my money back. So I go get my ticket so I can lock it in. And then I say, okay, how many people I got how much work I got to do to get my money back? All right, so if I got to go and get 2 clients, all right, I'm going to do everything I got to do to get 2 clients. I'm going to get on the phones. I'm going to call follow-up calls with old clients. I'm going to send out emails. I'm going to do all of this so I can make my money back. I don't lose money. I invest money. I don't spend money. I invest money. See, it's a big difference when you invest it because anytime you invest something, it's going to come back. See, when you spend money, it's going to go and disappear because it wasn't strategic. So what I want to know is, if you really want to scale your business 2023, then what's stopping you? Put in the comments right now, what's stopping you from giving it your all? What's stopping you from giving it your all? And so that's the big thing. If you know what's stopping you from giving it your all, why you ain't fighting it? Why are you allowing it to pull you down? Why are you allowing it to take you over there and not take you where you want to go? I can't do that. If I know it's a problem, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it now because I want them people, it be stuck in my head. If I got a problem, it's like, I can't stop thinking about it. It's like I go to sleep thinking about it. I wake up thinking about it. I'm driving thinking about it. Like I have to think about it until I get a solution. And when I get the solution, I'm not thinking twice. I'm like, yo, I gotta make this happen. So I just want you to understand that in order for you to grow and scale, you got to invest in you. In order for you to grow and scale, you got to believe in you. In order for you to grow and scale, you got to create content with a purpose and not just put out content to be putting out content. And when I say purpose, I mean impactful content. And putting out content one time is not going to build that. You got to be consistent. You got to show up. You got to build rapport with your audience. You got to let them know. It's a thing I call consistency commitment, right? Consistency commitment means you have to commit to being consistent. See, if you online and you see somebody that's not consistent, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to do business with them. And that works straight for you too. If you're not consistent, why would somebody else want to do business with you? So you have to show up and be extremely consistent with serving and impacting, not just once in a blue moon. Right? So start creating content with a purpose and impacting and serving and stay consistent, even if today you're not getting no traction. Even if today people not listening. Because I promise you, all you got to do is go to the gym and keep practicing. As long as you go to the gym and practice, you're going to get better. And then that time and that moment that come for you to shine, you're going to shine brighter than anybody around you, anybody in your lane. But you got to start now, and you got to create content with purpose now. Not later. Now. Right? So I don't want to take up too much of your time. I just want to get on here and really make sure that you start creating content with purpose and not just creating content to create content. All right? And so I just want to let you know I'm proud of you. I want to do anything in my power to help you succeed more. I want you to share my content with the world. I want to do everything I can to help you impact the world. Right? So have a blessed night, blessed evening. Keep doing you, keep creating. Don't stop, don't get complacent. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Stay on your mission fully. All right? I'm Dontel Antonio. I'm the king of content, and I'm out of here. All right? So make sure you like, share, view, subscribe, and all of that.